Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the Social Services Committee to order. First on the agenda is the approving the previous minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, Ms. Lockhart. Second, Mr. Reinhardt. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passed unanimous. On to current business. Number 1 on the agenda, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for Aging regarding the Medicare Improvement for Patients and Providers Act.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I apologize. Commissioner Rotano happens to be on vacation this weekend.
That's okay.
Or this week, I'm filling in for her on this particular occasion. Yeah, we finally received our notice of our annual allocation for what we call MIPA, the Medicare Improvement for Patients and Providers Act. It's a supplement to our HICAP program, the Health Insurance Counseling Program. And it focuses primarily, this funding is to focus on those individuals eligible for Medicare Part D, the Low Income Subsidy Program, or the Medicare Savings Program.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee? Okay, hearing none, motion to approve. Ms. Lockhart, second, Mr. Bullock, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And number 2 on the agenda, authorizing an agreement between the Albany County Department of Recreation and the Town of Bethlehem Department of Recreation regarding coordinated recreational programs for Bethlehem residents.
So on a similar vein to the last one, I apologize, Commissioner D'Antonio couldn't be here tonight. I'm here to present this on his behalf. This is simply to sign an MOU with the Town of Bethlehem to allow recreational programming in their municipality. If and when this is executed, we were looking to do karate starting in May to expand out the countywide karate program, and also to do a flag football program in September.
Great. I will say I'm glad to see the expansion of recreation programs to other municipalities, but I know that myself and a lot of people are really hoping for the expansion of programs to the city of Albany. Has there been any movement there?
So we have kind of added this conversation into the many conversations we're having with all the municipalities with shared services, because it kind of is related in that regard.
Yeah.
Bethlehem is the first to, as they were, I think, last month with the shared equipment, to kind of reciprocate. So there isn't an answer to say yes, but it's something that we're working on with all municipalities.
Great. And so does that mean that a message has been put out there to the city of Albany?
Yes.
To the mayor, the commissioner of the Department of Recreation, and you're just waiting for a response? Or
I'm not sure it's so much a response, but when we had meetings with them, we said, it was no different than when we had these are the things that we can offer in terms of shared services. If you'd like to be involved, let us know.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Mr. Bullock?
Yeah, does this extend to the Lawson Lake recreation programs?
This particular item does not have any impact to the Lawson Lake programs. They're going to continue as is right now.
They're separate.
Yes.
I want to just kind of make a comment on this. But when I saw this, I called Jason Gallo, who's head of the Parks Department in Bethlehem. We talked about it a little bit, and here's the interesting thing I want to point out, because it kind of comes to both what, Mike, you were saying, and also your question about city services. If Bethlehem is doing a program on our own without any collaboration like this one, we typically will give a priority to Bethlehem residents for a program, so that if there's enough space and others from outside want to do it, then we can sign them up for the program as well. When this program happens, that no longer is true.
Correct.
So when this program happens, anybody in the county can come and do karate or flag football, which to me it's a positive thing, and it's a slight difference in terms of normal policy with the town of Bethlehem. And it's because the county is involved, and the county is saying, hey, we're bringing resources to the game, everybody should have access. So in that sense, to the extent, Mike, that we get this going on in other places, everybody is going to be basically opening up their facilities and opportunities to new programming that's coming in, but it's actually available to others. So,
And that applies to all of our existing programs as well, that exact scenario.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, this is I like this as a model for shared services in the recreation space, is that we're going to make better use of all of our facilities across the county and open up more opportunities, because I'm pretty sure what Jason told me was, we don't have a karate program, we don't have a flag football program.
That's my understanding, yeah.
So now, we're going to have access to it, but so will others.
And these will also fall under the AAU umbrella, just like all the other county sports do. So the kids are covered with the insurance and the membership and everything through that.
So this karate program is part of the AAU program?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And that means it's completely free also for, it's free?
Yeah, generally
So-
speaking, I think there's a means, let me get back to you, Mr. Chairman, but yeah, generally
Yes,
speaking.
free karate and flag football.
Okay, and there isn't like an income threshold?
So it's right in the
Okay,
free.
so this one is free, yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Lockhart?
Thank you. So in this case, Bethlehem's providing the space?
Yes,
Yeah.
And the county's providing the employees to?
The instructors,
Run the
yeah.
program and so forth?
Yep, and the
So-
equipment.
Okay, good.
Any other questions?
Good. Yeah, I'd just like to see more come to the city of Albany. We got the hockey ring, hardly anybody uses it from the city, because it's out in county. And this program's out in Bethlehem. I'd like to see more of an effort to get city use out of it, so that's it.
Yeah,
Does the
and-
city have a big recreation department?
City
City
of
itself?
Albany
Yeah,
has
I thought they
huge,
did, yeah.
But it mainly runs basketball and that's it.
Yeah, I think there's
Yeah,
still,
because I
I
hear a lot of, programs from city.
think they have a lot of programs, but I think there's still,
Karate.
from what I hear from people, who live in the community, there's still room for more. They want more offerings. I think coordination between the city and county would be great, as is being done here.
Sure.
And I like as Bill said, I think the idea of opening it to everyone is good, as long as that, as long as everyone's doing that. I wouldn't want to see the city of Albany say, our programs are open to everyone, but Bethlehem, Colony, not say that, but that's why it's good that when the county gets involved, it's all.
We're required because with the county to open up to everybody, that we wouldn't be able to run a program.
They come
Yeah,
from all over.
so I think that's a positive.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions from the committee? Okay, hearing none, motion to approve. Mr. Reinhardt, second. Mr. Bullock, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Item number 3 on the agenda, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Department of Health regarding the early intervention program. Commissioner?
Good evening, everyone. So local municipalities have the responsibility for administering the early intervention program for children ages 0 to 3 that have been identified with having some sort of, whether it's a physical disability or cognitive disability. The local municipalities are responsible for being able to facilitate those programs and services to help mitigate those concerns. And so as a consequence of delivering those services, we are able to get administrative reimbursement for the implementation and facilitation of those purposes. And so we request approval to be able to have a contract with DOH to be able to get that reimbursement, administrative reimbursement for the administration of these programs and services.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the committee? Hearing none, motion to approve. Mr. Reinhardt, second. Ms. Lockhart, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed unanimous. Item number 4 on the agenda, authorizing an agreement with the City of Albany Police Department regarding a part-time law enforcement coordinator to be co-located at the Department of Children, Youth and Families Children's Advocacy Center.
Yes, so this is a part of our multidisciplinary team, our MDT team. And so this is a comprehensive approach to investigations, and so we have various persons, stakeholders that are a part of that team, and one of them being the law enforcement community. And one of the advantages with having a law enforcement coordinator as a part of the team is really being able to have someone that can then facilitate better connections with law enforcement teams across. So from other, from other jurisdictions, really being the point person to be able to facilitate those contacts. When we implemented this 2 years ago, the idea was to be able to have this rotate, so it's not one particular law enforcement agency that holds that responsibility. So it started out with Bethlehem PD, this past year it was with the sheriffs, and this year where Albany PD has agreed to take on that role and responsibility.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions from the committee?
Make a motion.
Motion to approve, Ms. Lockhart, second, Mr. Reinhardt, all in favor? Opposed? Passed unanimous. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn,
Motion to adjourn.
second, all in favor? Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.